Hey guys, it's Aoife from Fred Weasley Died Laughing, and I'm here with the Rip It or Ship It tag. So I was tagged over by Mel with Books at Wings, and yeah, so I have my cauldron here of all my names that I have here. I think I have 9 boys and 9 girls, or 10 boys and 10 girls, I'm not sure actually. So let's get started. Okay. Augustus Waters from The Fault in Our Stars. Let's see. And Jace from The Mortal Instruments. I could probably see that happening. I mean, Jace is like a pretty passionate person, and I think that like he would I could totally imagine Jace looking after Gus. I really could. I could totally see it, like Augustus in bed and Jace coming in with him with soup and like a little like wet sponge, like wipe his face and kissing him goodnight. And yeah, I ship this. I totally ship this. When I think about it more, the more I can picture it in my head. So yeah, Augustus and Jace, they're gonna stay. Clary from The Mortal Instruments, and Clary and Draco Malfoy. Oh god. Clary has a thing for the bad boys. I mean, she does like Jace. Jace has that blonde hair that Draco has. They're actually pretty similar. They kind of have dad issues, Draco and Jace, and then, well, Clary does as well, and they kind of end up on the wrong side sometimes. Well, Jace obviously comes back where Draco doesn't. I think Clary could probably be good for Draco. She could probably, like, you know, rein in his kind of selfishness and his cowardliness, and she could probably actually make him a stronger person. So for now, I'm going to ship this, and we'll see how it goes in my head. But I think, at least for a brief relationship, Clary could be one of those people that, like, changes Draco forever and changes the way he, like, thinks about the world. Yeah. We'll keep them. Round 3. Prince Maxim from The Selection. And Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter. God. I think in terms of Maxim needing a queen, Luna would be a really bad choice because she would be just so airy-fairy. She wouldn't make a good queen. As much as I love Luna, she wouldn't make a good ruler. She definitely wouldn't. She'd be like worrying about all the wrong things, you know. So, and like I think Maxim would be friends with her in kind of the way that Harry's friends with Luna. Like he'd probably feel a little bit sorry for her, so he'd be really nice to her. But I couldn't see him being attracted to her. I don't think he'd really like her that way. I think he'd like her to have her around for like a little bit of fun and like, you know, a little bit of amusement. But yeah, so I'm gonna rip this one because I just don't think logically that it will work out. Magnus Spain from The Mortal Instruments, and Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. Mel, I think you got this one as well, and I said that I would ship it, so I'm going to ship it. This would work. I think this would work so well. I can just imagine it. Both of them love reading. Both of them are really clever. Draco. Hermione turned into a cat in the Chamber of Secrets, and Magnus has cat's eyes. So hello. Yeah, I could totally see them like curled up in a corner together, like in front of a fire, reading their books, like exchanging magical, you know, debates. You could probably like see Hermione trying to like get Magnus to join Spew. Like that would totally like, and them having a big massive argument, and like I could totally just see them doing that, and like going to the Ministry of Magic and going to the opera and just doing all these different things. They'd be such a power couple. I think they'd be brilliant together. So yeah, Hermione and Magnus, I'm going to ship it. we have Gem from the Infernal Devices. And Aria from Under the Never Sky. Well, for one thing, they both love music. Aria could sing while Jem plays the violin. That would work. Yeah, this would definitely work. I think this would definitely work. Jem is sweet. He's kind. He can protect her. Well, Aria doesn't even really need protecting. She's some great character development in Under the Never Sky, and she ends up becoming really fierce. But I think they would totally work. Though I really don't like to ship Aria with anyone else other than Perry, because I think her and Perry are absolute perfection. They are one of my OTPs. But I think this would work. I think they would have like a really comfortable life together. It might be not really exciting, but I think they'd be comfortable and I think they'd be happy. I definitely think they'd be happy. Like, they would have such a huge musical library, and they'd have musical children, and yeah, their children would be gorgeous as well, because they're both gorgeous. So yeah, I'm going to ship this. I'm actually shipping a lot. I think I only ripped one so far. So I like everyone. Selena Sardothian from Throne of Glass. And Daenerys from Game of Thrones. This would be such a clash of wills. Oh my god. These are about, like, even though like Selena isn't really a leader, I think she could be a leader. Now, I've only read Throne of Glass. I haven't read any of the other ones, so if she does become some sort of leader, I don't know. But for now, I'm only going with the Selena I know from Throne of Glass. But both of them are really strong characters. Both have lovely blonde hair and lovely blue eyes. And yeah, I think that this wouldn't work because I think they'd end up clashing all the time. I think they both are people with really strong opinions, and I think they just fight all the time over it. I think they just clash constantly, and even if it was beautiful at the start, I think it would eventually end up tearing them apart. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna rip it. You just wouldn't last long term, guys. I'm sorry. I forget what round we're on. Okay, so Cersei from Game of Thrones, the evil queen herself, and Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Oh my god. I actually thought about getting this one before, so I think somehow I made this happen. There's a part of me that feels that there's some sort of magical love story between Jon and Cersei, where Jon ends up like turning Cersei good. I don't think Cersei is evil per se. I think she just has a really warped sense of what's right and what she needs to do, and like she can't let go of that power. So I think with Jon is never someone who really wanted power because it was never going to be in his grasp, being bastard born. So I think he could probably teach her that power isn't everything. And I think Jon is just so lovely and Jon is so kind. I love Jon Snow. He is such a babe. I really think that he would be able to, just bring out that kindness that Cersei once had and has lost. I really think he'd be able to bring it out. But I think she'd end up destroying him. I think in the end, her selfish ways would be too much, and she would do something and she would betray him and she would end up getting him killed. I think somehow she would end up being the cause of his death. And I can't let that happen. I can't let Cersei do that to Jon Snow. So we have Ross Poldark from the Poldark series and Kate Cahill from Born Wicked. This could work. Both of them have a really strong sense of duty. They're both kind of the heads of their family in a way. Ross really kind of is half head of the family, I guess. But he's head of his estate. Kate is more or less the head of her family, of her sisters. Kate's really dignified. She'd be a really good person to be like the lady of the house for Ross. I think she would be really good at that, and she'd be able to look after him and have the dinner ready and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is like in the 1800s, so she'd have to be doing all that stuff for Ross. But then again, like, she's a witch, so she can, like, do all these spooky things as well. And I think Ross would be okay with that. He's not really, like, that judgy. He doesn't judge people. So I think he'd be totally okay with her being a witch and having magical powers. And he'd probably have a bit of fun with it as well. So I think they're both kind of like-minded people. So yeah, I'm gonna ship this. I think this will work. Actually, this will work really, really well. So yeah, I'm gonna ship this. And we have 4 left. Yes, 4 left. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, we have Triss from Divergent and 4 from Divergent. I rip it. No, I'm not messing. I ship this. I have to ship it. I can't not ship this. Totally. And then my last 2 are George Ancrath from Prince of Thorns and America Singer from The Selection. Yeah, George would destroy America. He would absolutely rip her apart. He would probably do something and like sell her to some sort of like witch or something and end up having her boiled in a stew. That would never work. That would never in a million years work. America's way too kind deep down for George. George needs someone who's as twisted as him. So yeah, that's totally getting ripped. So I think that's a pretty good selection of couples, you guys. I'm pretty happy with that. So let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my choices. And I'll see you guys again next time. Oh, and I need to tag someone. Who hasn't done this? Franny, have you done this? If you haven't done this, I'm going to tag you. And I'm going to tag Sarah Ella if you haven't done it either. Because I can't remember if either of you guys have done it. So I tag you. Go do it. So I will see you guys again next time. So bye.